Hello, viewers. God bless you. Again, I'm your host, George Bachman. You are welcome to Maxo Ej Media. Once again, we come to your homes with our program named The Issues of Life. And today we are privileged to be with one of our great father, a great man of God, a chancellor of UBC, that is the Universal Bible College International. So, sir, you are welcome to our program. And today we are going to discuss about issues of life. So, Daddy, can you please introduce yourself to our wonderful viewers?
Okay. I want to first take the opportunity to thank God and also bless everybody watching this Maxo J Media. It's one of the best media channels in Italy, and I also want to say that God bless you for having your time also to subscribe and to share, and for us to be able to move forward. Thank you very much again. I am Raymond Akam, and I also have a first name called Samuel. So in short, it is Samuel Raymond Akam. I am a person from two sides, that is from Ekropon Ekwapim and Ningo. My father was from Ningo, my mother from Ekropon Ekwapim. I'm married with 3 children. My wife's name is Mrs. Eileen Asabia Akam, and that is who I am now.
Mom, wherever you are, greetings from your spiritual sons and daughters here in Europe, in the diaspora. We say great. We are seeing your handwork on our father. Mama, God bless you. A great handwork. God bless you. Oh, great.
Gender. It is about 90% of the Italians, but the people from the diaspora over here, especially the Africans, they are here, or we came in and we started reaching out to our own people. And so the gospel, as we brought in from Africa as Pentecostalists and the charismatic, movement over here, it is within our own people. All right, we are not reaching out to the whites who are Catholics more. So to summarize the whole thing, I see it as a little bit of a challenge, because Europe, as a matter of fact, has lost Christ. They are rather, concentrating on acquisition of wisdom from other sources. Okay, philosophical things that they are so much pursuing, but not Christ. So I believe that it was Europe that brought Christ to us in Africa. Now, as they have lost Christ, God is bringing the Africans back to Europe. So we call it the reverse mission. Okay, for us to bring Christ to them. But this is the challenge. We Africans are here. We are not reaching out to the whites, but we are reaching out to our own people. So it's a big challenge for the gospel to spread the way God wants it. And this is what I see. It's just as it happened when Christ commanded his disciples to go to the whole world. All right, it says move. He said go. But as a matter of fact, they stayed in Jerusalem until the Lord brought in Saul, who became Paul, and that thing, provoked, or that thing was an agent. The persecution became an agent for them to leave Jerusalem and move. I see the same thing happen, that as we are not listening to God and doing exactly why the Lord brought us to Europe, there's going to be a way and a time and a moment that a form of persecution will come, or something that God will do in order for us to move from our own people to reaching out with the gospel to the whites, because that is the main agenda of God. Whether you came as a missionary, or rather called by God from Ghana or Nigeria or wherever it is, or you came in as a traveler to find something to do and to feed your people back home, and God called you over here. No matter what it is, you are within the call. So the mandate is reach out to the Europeans for God to be able to cover this place. So this is what I see. There's a challenge. We are not going out, and God will cause something to come into the churches for us to leave the four rooms of the church and to reach out.
Okay, Daddy, if I may say, that means according to what you're saying, it's like the visionaries, the pioneers of the churches are failing in a way, because they are reaching out only to our black people, and the white people, we are not reaching them. Are you saying that the pioneers are failing in that aspect?
The word fail is a big word, and it is too harsh. So, right? I am saying that number one is a misunderstood agenda and mission. Well, the pioneers entered in, most of the pioneers were not people that were into ministry from Africa before they entered into Europe.
That's right.
So I see that they were called here by God to pioneer the agenda of God.
Okay.
So the understanding of the pioneers maybe sometimes it's not stretched. All right. So I see that they have done their best by even gathering the people together on the land. All right. But those who succeed from the pioneers, are you doing the same thing that they did? No.
Okay.
I am rather on the second generation.
That's right.
That they should understand the bigger picture of God by calling them in Europe. All right. So this is where I am focusing on.
Oh, great. Viewers, once again, you are watching Maxwell Again Media, and we are on the issues of life. Today we are here with the Chancellor of UBC, Universal Bible College Worldwide. It's a privilege to be with him. Daddy, may I come in this way? In Italy, how do you see the behaviors of the fathers of the land?
How do I answer this? Because everybody has his own behavior, and
that's right.
Well, I'm not here to lambast anybody. So what I will say is that they are on it, and they are working.
Okay, why I'm asking this question, because many of the upcoming young ministers feel that there is a lack of fatherhood in the land. There is no actually relationship between fathers and sons in the land. Have you also noticed such?
Yeah, this thing has come to my attention, and I've quite a number of times done a lot of seminars and workshops concerning that. Everybody has to be mentored by someone. And as I said, the pioneers that entered into the land, most of them were focused on the mandate that God gave to them to gather people. All right. So I see that, yes, indeed, somebody has to begin something and somebody has to continue. All right. So the lack of understanding of fatherhood and sonship came as a result of the early misunderstanding of that area in ministry by the fathers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if the fathers understood everything, there wouldn't be anything for the next generation to do. So I believe that the next generation shouldn't, sit down and accuse the fathers of their misunderstanding of this area of fatherhood and sonship.
That's right.
But rather, they should take it up, because it is their time that the understanding is clear.
Great.
So if it is clear, don't waste your time in accusation, but rather do something. Take it up.
And Daddy, we know you are a chancellor of a Bible school here in Europe and in Africa, in many other countries. Can you tell us a little bit about, and more especially here in Italy, because it's not easy. Many of us believe that a black man cannot start a school, not even a nursery school. But here we are, having a great Bible school up to even a doctorate level. Can you elaborate a little bit on the school for us, please?
Okay. Thank you so much, and I also thank God for the viewers of this particular YouTube channel, and I pray that you subscribe to it. Now, for many years, I God called me into ministry. I entered into ministry. I started a church in Ghana, and along the way, I traveled outside and entered into the apostolic. And I happened to be in the U.S. and I was okay. But the Lord told me to leave the U.S. and come to Europe. For He had a job for me, He had a work for me, and I did not understand fully. So I came and happened to enter into the land. Meanwhile, before going to U.S. to stay a little bit over there, I had come to Italy through a church that invited me over here. And that church was also a place where my sister used to be. So through her and through the church, I came to Italy. That was around 2005.
Right.
And around 2008, the Lord spoke to me concerning starting a Bible school. So that was when I came back. And when I shared the idea, first it wasn't understood. Yeah. And I had to leave. Then the Lord said again that go back. So when I came back, actually, I did not come straight to Italy. I went to Sweden, I went to Denmark, I went to Germany, I went to Belgium. The Lord said, no, go to Italy. That is where I have called you to start a school.
Right.
So I came back to Italy and shared the idea again. And I was met with a lot of challenges. Yes. And I was misunderstood by the fathers of the land that instead of the Bible school, I was just using it to front in order to start a church, and to pull their members. And I had nothing of these things in my mind, because God specifically told me to start a Bible school, not a church. So no matter how I explained, they did not understand me. And I faced a lot of challenges, and it was a great warfare. But the Lord said, stay, continue to pray. I did not confront anybody. All right, no matter what they did, I did not confront anybody, because God showed me what to do. He said, stay indoors and pray. So I prayed. Then, lo and behold, this man of God called Bishop Dr. Anthony Kweku came in my way, and he said, I understand your vision.
Great.
So I will help you to start the Bible school. So through Bishop Dr. Anthony Kweku, I started a Bible school in his church, Kingdom Way Pentecostal Church in Vicenza, on the 10th of May 2014. So that was how the Bible school started.
Great. Hello viewers. Once again, you are hearing right from the Chancellor's own mouth. It has been a lot of challenges. So Daddy, how did you overcome all these challenges that today the school is in existence? How did you overcome the challenges?
Well, number one is to listen to Him who called you. And every challenge on the way that I faced, I went to Him, to God, and asked Him, what do I do? He said, do not confront. Let me do the fighting. Let me do what I have called you to do. It is not you, it is me. So I left the battle for the Lord, and He fought the battle for me. Now, when they got to know, and everybody got to know, that no matter how false news spread about me, and the challenges were so strong, and I did not confront, I did not retaliate, I did not do anything. Sometimes, in the past, some of them came back and called me and told me that I think you are different. I think what we have heard was wrong about you, because all this time that you have been here, you have not started a church, and it is only the school that you're doing. So we would rather send our people, our leaders, for you to train them. And that was the starting point of the breakthrough.
Viewers, are you hearing from the Chancellor's own mouth? After many battles, victory has been won. The school is established. Daddy, can I ask a great question here? have there been moments where you see some of the students that it brings overflowing joy, that after all these battles, people have come to the school, graduated, and doing great in ministry? Can you tell us few?
Yes, of course. Before then, let me say this, that starting the school in Vicenza, we had no money. And that was when I understood that visions are not established by money. Okay. So we started just like that. The Lord brought in, I think, only about 3 to 4 students at a time. So we started just like that. It flourished. And one of my greatest joy, and it humbles me, is that the same man who helped me to start a Bible school, and he qualified to be my father, sat under my feet to learn.
Great.
And when he graduated, I shed tears, because how could such a a father humble himself to sit under your feet to learn from you? And what about yourself? What do you learn out of this? So it really empowered me into humility. Right. I'm so happy for him. And when I see him, I see greatness, and I see the epitome of humility. All right. I see a lot of things that one can learn out of this. Number 2, when I had the idea to take the school also from Vicenza to Brescia and to other places for expansion, sometimes I had to sleep at the train station, because the train I'll miss my train, and I will sleep at the train station even in the snow. And sometimes too, I will not have the money to buy the train tickets. So I will wait at the train station till the next day, and somebody would just bump into me and say, "Oh, Apostle, where are you going?" I said, "Let me buy the ticket for you."
Great.
All because of the Bible school. All because of the Bible school. And if today I see most of the students doing well in ministry, others have gone to other countries and they are using certificates from the Bible school also to have jobs to do and enter into further education in other universities.
Great.
It gladdens my heart that whatever the Lord put into my hands to come and do in Italy has really, paid up. Yeah. And I'm so joyful.
Hello, viewers. If you heard from our father, our apostle, our great father, one of the first students that graduated was an old man who was old enough to be his father, but humbled himself, sat in the classroom, and finally was able to graduate. And Daddy, I've been told that today he holds a doctorate.
Yes, yes.
Was he formerly?
No. He was Bishop Anthony Kweku, and he completed the studies in the Bible school, and he became my vice chancellor because I started the Bible school with him. Well, while others rejected me, he accepted me.
Great.
Whilst others challenged me, he embraced me. Whilst others were spoiling my name and tarnishing my image, he rather paved the way for my glorification. So why would I also put him aside? So he became the vice chancellor of the school, and based on that, the school is accredited by accreditation board in the US. So I wrote to them about him, and they sent an honorary doctorate degree to him for helping the school. Yeah, so that was what we gave to him, an honorary doctorate degree, and now he's Bishop Dr. Anthony Kweku.
Great. So in other words, there is greatness behind humility.
Exactly.
I'm so blessed. Sitting before the apostle, having such a great interview. And that in the school, may I ask, do I need a Bible school before I start a ministry or become a pastor? Is it a necessity?
Well, I keep on saying that the call of God is the first. When God calls you to start a church, you don't need a Bible school to start a church. You need a calling of God to start a church. But when you start a church or you start a ministry, you will need a Bible school to train you and give you some developmental skills and knowledge to be able to take care of the ministry or the church. All right. So what I hold is that your calling is the priority. Okay. The first thing to know that you are called by God. Then after that, you seek for knowledge in your area of calling to be able to move forward. So that is it.
Great. Our daddy have nailed it all. You don't need a Bible school to start a church or a ministry, but you definitely need a Bible school to continue, because knowledge is power. And daddy, I want to focus a little bit on the school. How is the classroom experience for as many that are watching that will like to enroll in the school? How is the classroom experience?
All right. Now, by the grace of God, we've reached a little bit far. We started with the diploma. Yeah, that is about 9 months. Then you use the remaining months for preparation for graduation. Then we came to ministerial, only for pastors or men and women called into ministry, so that you would have a ministerial training and knowledge, okay, to go into ministry work. Then we also came up with a bachelor's degree in theology, and gradually we also moved upwards to master's degree in theology.
Great.
Now we are offering, and for the first time in the school, a product of the school who is also a lecturer of the school.
Great.
And he's also taking advantage to do his doctoral degree in theology.
Great.
As a matter of fact, he started from diploma, ministerial, bachelor's, master's, and now he's offering his doctoral degree in theology. I'm so glad about this man of God. It's so wonderful, you know, and he's one of the few men of God that we have trained and brought in as a lecturer who is a brainy. I mean, he's a man of God who is of, you know, higher age, but he's got the brains, and I'm so proud of him, very proud of him, and he's going to graduate to be the first graduate of the Bible school in doctoral degree in theology.
Great.
I'm proud of this man of God.
Great.
Reverend Theophilus Oparesapon. I am so glad about him. And we also have our lecturers. Now, that is Evangelist Theophilus Johnson. Then we have Elder Tando, Samuel Tando. Then we have the president of the school, who is Reverend Techi Manson. Now, we also have the administrative, you know, secretary, Reverend Evelyn, Mrs. Reverend Evelyn Kuma. Then we have the teaching assistants also to help in teaching. All right. Now, if you want to enter, every department has its qualification, and I would leave that one to Reverend Opare to continue. And you don't need. Let me just elaborate a little bit on the diploma. The diploma, we only need one to have the ability to write and to read. So the formal education, whether GHS or, you know, maybe you are grown up in so Form 4 or something of that sort, or, you know, the formal secondary school level, O-level, and all kinds of things. You can start. But I came up with the idea that, you know, my age mates, a lot of them entered into Italy, not having a formal education
at all,
but they are in ministry. God called them. And what do? Do we leave them aside? I said no. So I sat down and thought about it. I said, okay, no matter what it is, I'm a teacher. So I would want them also to come on board, so that if they cannot write, if they cannot read, they can listen. They have the ears to listen. They have the eyes to look at something. So I started taking them on, and we take them on in a special education. Okay, because those who don't have the educational background, they are also very wonderful in memory.
Okay, in other words, no one is left out.
No one is left out.
No one is left out.
Yeah.
Viewers, as you are watching, please share, subscribe, like, and if you want to contact us, the numbers you are seeing under the screen, you can contact us if you want to enroll. And then may I ask, if one wants to enroll in the school, what are the requirements? You said earlier on basic education.
Yeah.
But would one need maybe a recommendation letter from maybe your church or anything of that sort?
Exactly. You will take a form. You will request for a form from the Bible school. The email will be the UBCS at gmail.com. Okay. And you request for an application form. On the application, you are required to have one passport picture. Then you fill the form, and you have a recommendation from your pastor. All right, it's a Christian school, so we expect everybody to be in a school, in the classroom. And remember, viewers, please, you don't come to the Bible school to become a pastor. No. Let me say it again. You don't come to the Bible school and after graduation automatically you become a pastor. No. You come to the Bible school to acquire knowledge and skill. But those that are called into ministry, that is why we have the ministerial training. We let you enter into that place for us to train you as a minister of God in your area of calling. Then if you want to upgrade yourself in theology, we send you, we let you know that the opportunities are there for you to move forward. So do not have the idea that as long as you come to the Bible school, even offering diploma after diploma class, and you graduate, then you become automatically a pastor. No, it is not like that. Yeah.
Well, viewers, as you all know, the Bible school does not qualify you to become a pastor. Number one, our daddy said you must have the core first. So you don't automatically become a pastor because you graduated from a Bible school. So the basics is that what you acquire knowledge. And daddy asks, I will ask you questions. In how many countries can the school be found?
I think about 3 now. Here in Italy, UK, UK, Ghana, and Nigeria.
Great.
Now we are yet to launch out the one in Holland and Germany. So for the meantime, in 4 countries.
Oh, great. So UBC can be found as of today in 4 nations: Italy, United Kingdom, Ghana, and Nigeria. To enroll, it's flexible. The lecturers are very lovely people. Now, Daddy, as we are bringing the chapter of the school to a close, will you encourage all men of God to at least enroll in a Bible school? Because many people believe, no, God have called me and there is no need, I can speak in tongues. When I raise my hand, demons fall. So there is no need for Bible school. What do you say to that?
As a matter of fact, you can't deceive yourself for the rest of your life. There is a gift and there is a knowledge. There is a skill and there is a training of that skill. Okay, for that skill to work properly. I would rather encourage every minister of God to enroll one way or the other in a school system. Okay, to help him or her As a matter of fact, in Ghana right now, I'm the General Overseer of Baptist International Church. It's a wonderful place and where we gather, develop, and produce. And I will urge everyone that if you want to have a church to go in Ghana, I invite you to Baptist International Church in Cambodia, and come to 20. You will find a place that it is full of happy people, and the church is like a community that will embrace everybody. Now, even there, we have set the Bible school moving, and I keep on saying that you think you know, but you will definitely find that you don't know it all.
That's right.
And the more you only rely on your gifts, the more you make mistakes in administration. The more you make mistakes in communication level. The more you make mistakes in relationship. So there are so many things to learn from a school, all right, a Bible school, to enhance your ministerial calling. And it is not a bad thing to go to school. No, it's rather a good thing. And lastly, let me also say this, that if you go to a Bible school, the sort of Bible school you go to is important, because it's not every Bible school that would also enhance your gifting and the area that God has called you. You need to ask the Lord and to inquire and to make a research, okay, for the kind of Bible school that will help you.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Viewers, you've heard it all. The kind of Bible school you attend also matters a lot. So you don't just wake up and say, yes, I'm in a Bible school. You need to inquire about the school. I am a living testimony. By God's special grace, I've had an encounter with people who have graduated from UBC, and they are doing great job as UBCS. As a matter of fact, my CEO, the CEO of Maxo Media, himself and the wife are both graduates from the same school, and they are doing marvelously well. So I encourage you, wherever you are, distance is not a barrier. You can enroll in the school. What a wonderful school. Daddy, we will come back to you again to talk more about where presently you are presiding as the apostle of the ministry. We will come back.